What is up, fellow Pyro Fanatics? It's been Daddy28 here, and today I'm going to show you guys the first stash update for my July 4th, 2022 Firework stash. So I think this is the latest I've ever shown my first stash update, but obviously kind of a bit of unique circumstances. Namely, for the second straight year now, I didn't shop at WF Boom, mainly because they haven't for the second year now, they haven't had their normal early bird discount structure that they used to have every year before the pandemic, and also because of due to the shipping crisis going on in China right now and whatnot. And obviously the retailer is feeling it pretty hard with the prices for shipping fireworks and the containers costing so much money. It's obviously forced a lot of retailers and wholesalers like WF Boom to kind of augment their pricing a little bit. So this year I opted to make dedicate the bulk of my budget, should I say, to shopping at American Fireworks. And I think this is the biggest order I've made with American, I think, in about maybe the 10 plus years that I've been shopping at that store. So, and as you can see here, I bought a whole bunch of different stuff, with the exception of one item that I usually get every year that I kind of opted not to invest in this year, and that's 200-gram cakes. And as you can see, I didn't really get any 200-gram cakes this year. I mainly kind of invested in 500-gram cakes and a whole bunch of shells, and obviously, as you can see on the floor there, some skyrockets. And the reason for that is this year I'm going to make a pretty concerted effort in doing some extra comparison demos. So I'm going to do my canister shell comparison that I do every year, but I'm also going to do a ball shell comparison and also a skyrocket comparison, which I haven't done in about 5 years or so. So it's been a while since I've done one of those. So I'm definitely looking forward to seeing if I can get all three of those done before the 4th. All right, so we're going to get to the stash here, and we're going to start on the left. And first, we got a box of mini artillery shells. It's called Magnum Blast. It's by Magnus. It's a 1-inch mini artillery shell kit, and I'm sure a lot of you remember the fun that we had lighting off these little mini artillery shells, and it was kind of like a mini artillery shell comparison or something like that from a few years back. A lot of the shells that we let off, the shells were kind of bulgy and they didn't really fit in the tube very well, and didn't go as high, and it was kind of a little bit dangerous because of they weren't exactly going off like they should be, and obviously the shells weren't. The wrapping around them wasn't exactly smooth. Now the wrapping around these shells, the foil, looks perfectly smooth, and I'd imagine they're going to fit in the tube very, very well. And the demo that I saw on these shells was pretty good, so it kind of caught my eye. So I figured I'd give these 1-inch mini shells one more try. All right, next we got a couple of retail items here, little spinners. We got the Super Ground Bloom Flower by Miracle Fireworks. You get 4 in a pack. And I got 2 packs of these because I saw a video of these on the American Fireworks website, and they performed pretty well. So I definitely can't wait to see how these look like in person. All right, over here we got a box of canister shells called Make It Pop by Brothers. You get 12 6-inch canister shells. Saw the video of these as well, and definitely impressed. And obviously 6-inch shells, why not? All right, next we got a bit of a smaller, in terms of count anyways, canister shell kit called Arms Depot by Raccoon Fireworks. You get 16 shells, I believe, in this shell kit, and the sleeve is kind of done in a unique way. You get 8 shells per sleeve, and I think there's 2 sleeves, and it's done in a way where there's like 4 shells on either side of the sleeve with the tube, so you get only 2 tubes in this shell kit. This kind of reminds me a little bit of a canister shell kit that I picked up many years back, I think 2015, 2016. It was by Dominator. It was kind of like a cardboard box deal, kind of similar to like the Pro shells. And it came, I think, 18 shells in the box, and I think it was 3 sleeves of 6 shells each. But I know I remember what that shell kit was, but I can't name it off the top of my head. All right, next we got a box of regular 4-inch canister shells called Black Rose by Super Fireworks. Not really too familiar with this brand, but if any of you guys have been paying attention to my shopping habits over the last few years, you'll notice that I tend to pick up items from brands that I'm not familiar with, just to kind of see what all the hubbub's about, so to speak. Even lesser known brands like this one over here that I personally at least have never heard of. But I saw the video for it, was definitely impressed, especially considering it's just regular 4-inch cans. And, you know, it's always nice to see something new. So, all right, over here, got another little retail item. This is an aerial spinner. I think this is called Space Boys. The name is not listed on this item. But if you buy like a whole box of them, I think you'll see that it's called Space Boys. But I know this is called Space Boys for sure. It's by Sunwing, and this is a really, really cool, nifty little aerial spinner. It like spins up in the air and it does some, you know, crazy things. But it's definitely caught my attention, and can't wait to see what it looks like. I actually might get me a second one of these when I head back down to American, because I'll probably be making a 1.4 Pro order as well with them. All right, we got a shell kit over here that I didn't purchase. I actually won in a raffle. It's called Desperado. I won this along with 4 500-gram cakes in the Relay for Life raffle that the American Fireworks usually has every year at their demo. Again, I'm not usually a lucky person, but I tend to be lucky with these raffles because I think this is like the 3rd time I actually win one of their firework packages. I don't think they had any assortments this year, but they had like a whole bunch of different cakes along with this Desperado shell kit, I think, with each one that they gave away. And so I think this is I think it's a multi-break. I think it's 3 breaks per shell, so it says 18 breaks. So I think this is a triple break shell, but it's obviously put in a canister. So, and that's by Brothers, by the way. So, and this will be obviously in the ball shell comparison that I'll be doing this year. All right, we're going to move on to some cakes over here. We got a case of Midwest Storm by Boom Wow. Let me tell you, I can't wait to see Boom Wow up close and in person. I actually got contacted by people from Boom Wow a few years back. They wanted to send me some product and whatnot to demo for them. I'm like, gosh, I live in Ohio. I can't receive any product because the laws won't allow me. And I keep telling, there are quite a few companies that over in China tell, hey, we want you to demo some stuff. Like, well, I can't exactly, you know, you can't ship this stuff to me. I think Boom Wow was one of them as well, but they made it to American Fireworks. I was very happy to see that, and so I definitely can't wait to see what it looks like up close and in person. And I saw some of their cakes at the demo. This was one of them, and they were just awesome. And so I definitely wanted to get a case of these cakes because they were pretty good. All right, down here we got another cake by Boom Wow. It's called Warning. And if I don't get to the number of shots, I can't see the number of shots on here. This one is 25 shots. I do apologize for not bringing up the number of shots. I mean, I'll bring that up when I do the individual demos for these items, and I'll, you know, show you guys the performance, the number of shots, and whatnot. So we'll just get to that at that point. All right, up here we got a classic canister shell kit by Brothers. It's called Smoke and Mirrors. You know, I was kind of wavering whether or not to get this or not. You know, I figured, you know, might as well see what how the shell performs nowadays compared to when it first came out all those years ago, and see if it actually still performs as well as it did when it first came out. You get 6 in this pack. I think they also have like a 24 pack or something like that. There's like various amounts with this shell kit in particular. All right, down here we got a 500-gram cake called Ammo Box by Raccoon Fireworks. It's a 20-shot cake. You'll notice that there's a little bit of a crack on the tube. What sucks was when we wanted to get an exchange for it, it was already sold out. So it was kind of either take this or replace it with something else. And we saw the demo of this one. We really liked it. So we're probably going to like put some tape around this tube and whatnot. I think it's set up in a way where you could probably remove it from the box. We'll just have to like cut the tape and just like, you know, separate it from the actual box. And we'll probably just tape the tube a little bit to kind of make sure everything is good. All right, next we got a 500-gram cake called Badlands by Miracle Fireworks. This is a 24-shot cake. The name is obviously very familiar to me because there was a cake by Glorious, I think, called Badlands that WF Boom used to sell a long time ago. I think they still sell it, but I think it's under the AFW brand now. I think it may have been like a 9-shot cake, very similar to the D-Day cake. Very powerful cake, but obviously this is not a 9-shot cake. This is a 24-shot cake, but it still performs very well. And Miracle, from what I've seen, at least in the videos, they make some pretty good cakes. And I definitely can't wait to see it in person. Also like the holographic design, by the way. All right, next we got a 500-gram cake called Galaxy Defender by Legend. It's a 30-shot cake. I think this may be the first Legend cake I ever buy, and Legend, makes some really, really good cakes. I just never really got around to getting a Legend cake because I guess maybe because I never really was interested in Legend as much. So I think I saw a demo video of this and it caught my eye, and I was like, you know what, might as well get a Legend cake, kind of cross it off my list, so to speak. Say I actually got a Legend item. All right, next we got 2 cases of a 500-gram cake called The Contender, sorry, by Heavyweight Fireworks. It's a 24-shot cake. I don't know why, but when I see the artwork on this cake, I think of the old Mike Tyson Punch-Out game on the old Nintendo. I don't know if that kind of gives that click to any of you guys, at least older Pyros, at least my age anyways, back when they played on the old NES and whatnot. But that's kind of the vibe that I got from this when I saw this cake. Very nice performer. I think it was one of the cakes that was at the demoed at the American Fireworks demo, and we made it a point to get 2 cases of these cakes because it was that good. All right, up here we got some ground spinners. This is called Spinning Top by Miracle Fireworks. You get like I think 8 in a box. It's just some random item we picked up at the store. A lot of these retail items we kind of picked up at random, mainly because I think I had forgotten to use my $50 gift certificate that you get when you register for the demo. They give you like a gift certificate back, and you use that to pay for fireworks. So I just used the $50 on a whole bunch of different retail items, and this was one of them. Over here we got another little bit of nice spinner called Ice Bird by Brothers, and this is a very, very cool item. You get 2 of these little birds here, and they kind of do like little tricks where they spin around and crackle. It's not like your typical fountain where it just stands still and you just get various different effects. This is actually like a cool, nifty little item. So I mainly got this for the kids, so it's going to be nice to see what it looks like up close and in person. Definitely can't wait to see that, I'll tell you that. All right, next we got a box of ball shells called Absolute Power by Winda. You get 6 in a box. And we got 2 boxes, here's the second one over here, of Got Ammo. And this is by Miracle Fireworks. These shells definitely caught my eye to the point where I made it a point to get 2 boxes of these because these were actually pretty nice. I think they're, can't tell if they're 5-inch or if they're just regular 4-inch shells. I'll have to probably open them up and see because I can't tell from the outside. All right, so down here, we got a box of 5-inch canister shells by Boom Wow called Red, White, and Blue Canister Shells. And these shells performed pretty well from the videos that I have seen. And obviously, Boom Wow, this is the first year I get any items under this brand. And I definitely can't wait to see their canister shells. I know their cakes are awesome, so hopefully the canister shells will be also good. All right, next, we got Death Shells. And I know I actually got some messages from people on Facebook about American Fireworks selling these shells. I don't know if these are like the original Death Shells or the good Death Shells. We'll just have to wait and see. I did get a Death Shell rewrap last year called Ultimate Power, and those were freaking awesome. I think they won the demo last year, so definitely can't wait to see how these will perform against those shells, because I am going to be including those Ultimate Power shells in this year's comparison. I mean, they're the champions after all, so they got to defend their title. And let's see if the original Death Shells, if these are the original Death Shells, and not just like a watered-down version or something like that, can hold their end against the Ultimate Power. By the way, I like the Assassin's Creed logo. I didn't notice that before on this shell kit, but for those of you who played video games a long time ago, even though Assassin's Creed is not like an old video game, I think I played like the first couple of them, but it kind of caught my eye because I remember that logo from the video game. All right, next we got Antimatter Containment. It's not 5-inch, it's 6-inch canister shells by Red Lantern. Let me tell you, of all the shells that I watched on the American Fireworks website, this one really caught my eye because it had a really nice echo to it from what I heard on these shells. And I'm hoping they have that same hard echo to them in person. And this is, Red Lantern is a brand that I really didn't know they were still making stuff. I thought, when I think of Red Lantern, I think of the 90s. That's the last 90s and early 2000s. That's really the last time I remember seeing Red Lantern on like a mass scale, you know, or a common scale, should I say. It's really the first time I've seen Red Lantern back at a retail store, at least more so in a common way, because there were other items by Red Lantern that American Fireworks sells as well. All right, up here we got a nice little artillery shell kit. It's called Ultra HD Neon Shells by Neon Fireworks. You get, I think it's 2 boxes, and each box has got 10 shells, so you get 20 shells total. Definitely can't wait to see what these look like in person, because they definitely look cool in the product demo. All right, over here we got a box of double break artillery shells. This is called Mystic Warrior, and this is by Magnus Fireworks. And over here we got a box of regular artillery shells by Miracle. And you get 6 in the box. And over here we got this really cool big cherry bomb ball of firecrackers called Cannonball. You get 600 firecrackers, I think, in this ball. And this thing was nice from the video that I've seen. And I'm kind of a little bit bummed that I didn't get a second one. But I'll probably end up getting a second one when I go back to American later on in the month. All right, over here we got this Crusher truck. I think that's what it's called. Yeah, Crusher truck, and it's by Dominator. And over here, we got this little Pikachu-looking thing here. I think it's called Pika Pika. I am not into Pokemon, never was into Pokemon, but my little second cousins are. My cousins' little kids, they are really into Pokemon. So when I saw this, and I saw, I think, a demo of this on the American Fireworks website, it was kind of cool what it did. It's kind of tilted on its side and spun on the ground and emitted sparks and whatnot. It was really cool. So, you know, I figured they'd get a kind of kick out of this. So I figured, you know what, it's for the kids. Might as well pick it up, even though I really don't like Pokemon. All right, next we got Nishiki Kamuro, 5-inch Nishiki Kamuro shells by Miracle Fireworks. I mean, everyone and their mother, in terms of brands anyways, is making Nishiki Kamuro shells now. It's a very common thing, and obviously everyone's throwing their hat in the ring, trying to outdo everyone else. So it'll be interesting to see how these Nishiki Kamuro shells by Miracle perform, because they look pretty good and from the demo videos that I've seen. All right, next we got a 500-gram cake by Winda called Swamp Gator. It's a 20-shot cake, and let me tell you, I wonder who would win between this half-man, half-gator-looking thing and the Mike Tyson Punch-Out look-alike. I would give it to Mike Tyson, because I remember Mike Tyson, you know, boxing when I was younger. Nobody could beat that guy. You know, even though got this half-man, half-gator thing here, I'd still think Mike Tyson would knock him the hell out. Or at least he'd bite something off of his face or something. I don't know. All right, next we got Mandala by Boom Wow Fireworks. This is a 15-shot cake. This was another cake I think that was at the demo. I think this also was at the demo as well. And they both performed very well. So I definitely can't wait to see them in person. All right, next we got Final Notice by Miracle Fireworks. It's a 20-shot cake. Another really good performer. And over here, we got these 4 cakes that I mentioned. I mentioned earlier I won a bunch of cakes and that shell kit that I mentioned called Desperado. These were the 4 cakes that came along with that little prize pack that I won. And obviously, I think these cakes looks like these cakes come in an assortment because they have like a food theme about them. Don't know. I didn't look up what the assortment was, but I'm pretty sure they come in like a 500-gram cake assortment thing where you get 4 cakes. All right, first one we got Hot Dog by Sunwing, and that's another brand I'm definitely looking forward to seeing in person. Sunwing and Boom Wow. I don't know. I always, when I look at Sunwing and Boom Wow, I just think of 2 very similar companies that are like, you know, kind of new to the scene a little bit, and they just want to kind of make their mark, and I think they will. So, as I mentioned before, we got Hot Dog. Sorry, Hot Dog, not 3 hots. And next we got Killer Donuts. Third one is Badass Burger. And the 4th cake is called Flaming Pizza. I can't see the number of shots. I mean, when I get to these cakes, as I mentioned before, when I do demos of these cakes, I'll get to the performance description and number of shots at that time. All right, next we got a 500-gram cake by Sunwing called Stand to Honor. And I really like these military-themed cakes. Kind of reminds me of the, I think, Folds of Honor that Jake's Fireworks produced a couple years back. And it's, I think, they donated proceeds from that from the sales of that cake to the Folds of Honor program, and it was definitely kind of touched me a little bit, because I definitely have a really strong respect for servicemen and servicewomen for this country, and I'd imagine there's probably something similar with this. I hope with Sunwing Fireworks. At the very least, I'm glad they have like an American theme cake. And I think they have like a bunch of American theme cakes. I don't think this is the only one. So definitely, this didn't just catch my eye because of the artwork. It caught my eye because of the performance as well. And this was a very, very nice cake from what I've seen. All right, next we got another American themed cake called I Love America by Boom Wow. Got a whole case of these cakes. It's a pretty nice performer. It's a 42 shot cake, and definitely can't wait to see what it looks like up close and in person. All right, next we got a cake that's actually a bit familiar. If you guys remember my stash from last year, it's called Neon Shake. I purchased one of these cakes last year, and it was just awesome at the demo last year. And this year I was wondering if it would still be awesome and not watered down. And lo and behold, as you guys saw in the demo this year, it still performed every bit as good. So I made it a point to get a case of these this year and include some of these in my finale for this year, because I can't wait to see how that will come out with the finale and everything, because it's going to be freaking awesome. All right, over here, picked up a nice little aerial assortment called Disturbance by Maddox Fireworks. You get a whole bunch of 200-gram cakes. I mentioned I didn't get 200-gram cakes earlier. I guess in a way you could say I did, if you want to include this assortment. You get some single shots as well. I'll be doing an unboxing on this assortment at some point. Show you guys what comes in it. And obviously, the best value assortments, in my opinion, are like these, the aerial assortments. If you're going to get an assortment that has like a whole bunch of different things like sparklers, spinners, and whatnot, you're not going to really save money on that. You're actually going to be overspending money because a lot of the items that are in those assortments, they come out to being like half of what you should pay. But with these aerial assortments, you actually save money in some instances, because if you calculate it and look at these cakes, and give them a rough estimate in value, it actually comes out to you saving a few bucks at least. And I personally prefer aerial assortments over like any other assortment. All right, next we got a box of artillery shells, ball shells, called Rain Boom Shells by Magnus. You get 24 ball shells. Kind of rare that you get 24 ball shells in an artillery shell kit, but here you go. And these look pretty good from the videos that I've seen. And next we got Max Explosion, another artillery shell kit by Miracle Fireworks. You get 12 in the box. And last but not least, in terms of the shells, we got Pyro Alienware by Boom Wow. These are regular 4-inch shells, and this is a heavy box for just only 12 shells. There are some like regular 24 can shell kits that weigh almost, maybe just a little bit more than this, but this was pretty heavy, so I definitely think that they really packed these shells tight, and I can't wait to see how they perform in person. Again, Boom Wow, can't wait. All right, going to the bottom over here, picked up some other retail items. I picked up these box of sparklers, these little mixed shape sparklers by Sunwing, mainly for the kids. I think I made a mistake in not getting a second box, because there's going to be more than 4 kids that are going to want sparklers. So I'd probably pick up maybe 1 or 2 more boxes when I get back down to American. Now let's get to the skyrockets. We got Air Force One by Brothers. It's a jumbo skyrocket. These actually look pretty good from the video that I've seen. Next, we got Skybolt by Brothers. This is a classic. I'm pretty sure a lot of you have heard of this artillery shell. Skyrocket assortment. Not Skyrocket assortment, but Skyrocket pack. I'm messing up today for some reason. All right, next, we got Speed of Light by Miracle Fireworks. Definitely can't wait to see what rockets from Miracle look like, so it'll be interesting. And over here, we got Discovery Shuttle Skyrockets by Legend. Next, we got Spider Game by Magnus. This one actually had a pretty nice video of these rockets. They actually had some pretty nice, sweet effects. Next, also, we got another classic one by Brothers. It's called Corona. You get 6 in a pack, I believe. And over here, we got Mayhem Rockets by Heavyweight Fireworks, which obviously is American Fireworks' in-house brand, so to speak. and you get five rockets in the pack. And I also got a little, pack of ice sparklers here. Just picked them up while I was trying to gather up as much stuff as I can that would equate to $50, so it could cover the gift certificate. So I just picked up these sparklers and whatnot. Oh, and I forgot one more pack of skyrockets here. We got bonsai rockets by Brothers, and these are pretty cool rockets from the videos that I've seen. And I think that's pretty much it. All right, so I'm going to be making another pickup from American Fireworks. This will be a 1.4 Pro pickup. Don't know when I'm going to be making that pickup. I still haven't made the order yet, but I should be making it soon because I think they just brought in some 1.4 Pro stuff. So I've definitely got to get cracking down to making my order before everything gets sold out on that in that area. We'll probably be picking up some stuff from Pyro dudes as well. We'll be heading down to the brand new fireworks store that just opened in Medina, Ohio. It's called Planet Fireworks, owned by the same owners of Sandusky Fireworks. So definitely can't wait to see how that store looks like. I think it's going to be like a big store because they allow stores now to, I think the limit was 5,000 square feet. Now they're allowing stores to be built up to like 10,000 square feet. So I'd imagine this one's going to be even bigger than Sandusky and maybe some of the other stores as well. All right, so that is pretty much it. So hope you guys enjoy this little stash update. Also, stay tuned for another kind of mini stash update concerning some shells that Pyro Baker was nice enough to give to me to include for my canister shell comparison this year. And I'm also going to show you guys a nice classic brick of firecrackers that veteran Buckeye Pyro USA gave to me also at the American Fireworks demo. I'll kind of show you guys all that in one video. And definitely can't wait to show it to you guys for sure. That's for sure. So big shout out for those two guys. I'm going to make a video on that, by itself specifically because they were, they didn't have to do that. And I want to give them their just due. All right, so that's pretty much it. Hope you guys enjoyed this stash update, and I will see you guys next time.